Well, that wasn't it with the cabbages. I'm putting the collies out as well. I might as well do. Oh! Right, time to get some brassicas out. So we'll start off with the red cabbage. There's plenty of butterflies knocking about at the minute as well, so I better not be too long with them. There's one. Oh, what happened? Oh, because I'll have gone to the stupid plant. That would a divvy. So for now, that's it done. Oh, I should say, that's me done. These can go on here. So I think that's it for now. Unless I can get this net tighter at the back end, which I do prefer it if it's tighter, because then it tends to keep the net further away from whatever veg you've got there. Pulling it tighter. I used to tie canes along the side as well, but I keep forgetting. Anyhow, that's it for now. Well, that wasn't it with the cabbages. I'm putting the collies out as well. I might as well do. Oh! I think what I'll do, I'll fast forward through this, because you didn't just want to be watching planting cauliflowers or no, do you? You know, not as though I can actually talk about something, because obviously I'm concentrating, and when you concentrate you tend to forget what you are actually talking about. So I will fast forward through this. Right. Dee dee dee. It's all good fun. I keep forgetting to take that plank out of whatever bed I've been using it in. I've still got what you can do now. Beetroot. I'm just gonna put them in with the onions in this bed behind us. It's only a small space and I haven't grown a lot of beetroot, so I see I haven't grown a lot. There's probably, I don't know, maybe 15, which it's not a lot to some people. Ian next door, he must grow about 60, if not more. But I'm not a big beetroot eater, more so fresh beetroot. I don't mind buying crinkled, from a shop. Right. So that's them out. Only got swede, as I say. What else? Oh, broccoli. But I think that's it for the minute, at least. Oh, what's happened here? Why is that net? That's not normally like that. I wouldn't normally water it if it was red hot. More so if I didn't have a net. I'll come down later on tonight and just give it a good drink. But I'll just give it just a quick little squirt. Nothing melodramatic, that's going to burn it or anything remotely like that. So, as I say, just give the soil a good soak, and I'm trying not to get water on the actual beetroot. But that's about it, I think. And there's a clip broken. Right, so that only for now leaves the swede to go out. So there's red onions, there's Ailsa Craig's, beetroot, there's cauliflower, there's broccoli, red cabbage, Savoy, giant onions, the carrots, Oh, the giant pumpkin, giant garlic in the polytunnel there, mains potatoes in the polytunnel. I've got first earlies, second earlies, and mains in that little makeshift tunnel with a net hour. So that's, I've got one big bed there, which the swede will go into. Then I've got a few smaller beds what I'll put things into. So these are what Ali sent me, the seeds, which is lemon crystal cucumbers. I've done them. Rach. There's the two that I've done for our challenge. So there, it's like two. But they're getting coming on already. So is the lemon crystals what I got off Ali. So I'm quite happy with the way they are at the moment. I'm going to dig a hole and get it ready, and then we'll just see what happens from there. Because I'm wanting it to grow that way, so I'm just going to make the hole closer to this edge, and I don't know if it's going to be deep enough, like, but what I will do, I'll share with you another tip. Some people might know it, some people might not. But just in case you don't know, I've never said this on my video yet, but if you're keeping them and they're growing to this size, a little tip, what I do, I actually split my pot in two. When I put it into a bigger pot like this size, I actually split the pot in two, down the side, down that side, underneath, and I put a bit of duct tape to hold the pot together. So what I intend to do now is try and find the end of the tape underneath without damaging any of the plant. So there's that. Turn this around just so I can get to the bottom. Right, so that's the bottom one off, which only leaves the two halves down the sides. So like I say, I'm wanting it to grow towards the camera there. So what I intend to do is put that there. This is the first true leaf, so it's pointing this way. Now I'm going to take the duct tape off that side, and if I can find it on this side, I'll take it off without damaging the plant, hopefully. Right, hopefully I can separate this very, very easily without causing any damage. So there's one half. Atlantic Giant Growing Challenge 2025. And now I'll take the other half off. There, and put the two halves together, and there's your pot, and it makes that much easier. I'll try and lift this up to show you the root system on it. You know, it's got fantastic roots on it, but it's a bit heavy and I don't want to damage it. So turn it that way, because I want this one facing that way and I want that facing that way. So I've just covered the leaf, which I didn't intend to. And the other thing, what I did do when it was in the greenhouse, obviously, because the size it was getting, I had it staked and I was using some of my onion clips to keep it upright. So there we go. What I would like is a couple of more clips just for the minute to keep it off the soil, but these aren't big enough. But once I'm finished, this will get a good drink. And the temperature is supposed to get a little bit chilly tonight. Chillier than what I would have actually have liked the weather to have been for this. But it was getting so big, was taking up the space in the middle of my tomato room. And obviously I needed it out. So I will be putting a fleece on it tonight. But as you can see, it is a really good size. That's not off that. That fell off the tree. So I'm debating on whether to put another pallet collar there, fill it with compost, and let that grow into there, or whether to just let it trail along the floor. If I put it on a pallet bed, pallet collar, well, it doesn't really make a difference. I was going to see I can net it or pin the fleece down to keep it, the frost stop it, or the really cold weather. The fence nearly went there with my fat weight. But if that was the case, you know, just put them side by side without obviously damaging the plant. Would be easy enough to just put two hoops there and net it. You know that I had two of these plants. This was the biggest. I've gave one to Mick and Dawn next door here for the granddaughter Rosie. I've actually got it on the picnic table, which we call the committee bench. And I'll spin the camera around and show you that. But this is my final entry for the Atlantic Giant Pumpkin Growing Challenge. I won't be using the other one. Whether this dies or not, that's Mick and Dawn's. Nothing to do with me now. You know, I've brought on good for them. What does I say? This is mine. So I will turn the camera around and see if I can zoom in on Mick and Dawn's. And I'm hoping this video is quite clear. It's a new phone. I only got it on Saturday, so this is the first video I've made with it. And I'm not good with technology, so I'm hoping I've set the camera correct. So that was the smallest one of the two. Obviously I've zoomed in because I'm about 50 feet away, maybe 60 feet. So thank you for taking the time to watch this. If you didn't know either of the two tips I gave you with regarding which way you wanted your vine to grow, or an easy way if you've got in a big pot, which I knew mine would stay in a big pot for quite a while because of the cold weather we've had. Unfortunately, I just couldn't keep it indoors any longer. But as you can see, it is the full width of a pallet collar. And if I straightened the vine out, it would be over into the next collar. So, yeah, but as I was saying, if I wanted to lift that over, as you can see, it's over the edge and into the other planter. So that's it on me. Thank you very much for taking the time again to watch this video. Elaine, that's my pumpkin. Cheers everyone. Bye for now.